Now, we've let the glue dry on both of these chairs so that everything is holding as it should. Nothing's going to slip out of the way. And I went ahead and made another bottom for this one. I did notice, though, if you look at these two, the green one is bigger than the other one, which I can't quite figure out. I don't know. I need to go back and alter some files and reissue some PDFs because I noticed there were some errors here and there. So I'll look at that when I'm there. And I've already gotten the legs. Let's move these over here. The leg portions, this portion, and the back is done. Now remember, on the back, we went ahead and added a second layer of board. So what we're going to do now is we're going to glue in this bottom piece. And sometimes with these, okay, yeah, that's going to fit. Sometimes with these chairs, you kind of have to continually give them a little bit of a pinch to keep them from I don't want to say warping out, but that's kind of, in my head, I guess that's kind of what I think. I went ahead and cleaned this up too because this was looking pretty yucky. So let's go ahead and, can't do it that way. It's too, I can't physically get the glue in here, so I'm going to have to put it on here. And this is nice because if it does get on the underside, as I'm putting it in, it gets covered up. It'll be covered up nicely by the board itself. Now, watch what I'm doing. I started up here, and I'm sliding it down. It kind of fits in that way. And then directing it into where it needs to go. And you can see it's almost exactly the same width. So I'm just going to press that into place. And while that's going on, I think we can go ahead and add on the back. Now, you can see here I did two different things. For this one, I'm not quite sure why I put the orange up and around here, which is not what I want. I want that lighter tan because that's the color that I'm going to be using to go around the edges. So I'm going to pull out my pen. And I'm going to come in here. And I'm fortunate that this orange is so close in color. And if it turned out that this color was like let's just say I'd put something down that was like really super dark green or a really intense blue that wouldn't have easily been covered up, then I think I probably would have put a white piece of paper over the top of this. So I'm just doing that just in case things come apart. I know that sometimes some of the things that I do seem a little odd. Like, why would you do that? I just don't like seeing the seams of things. It's a personal, personal, strange idiosyncrasy of mine. So let's go ahead and add some glue. Oh, wow. I also refilled this glue. So it's nice to be able to get a nice amount of glue out of there. And as always, let's move it around a bit. Okay. Make sure it's all the way to the edges. Oops. Back here. And bring it off that way. I suppose one of the reasons too I like kind of spreading the glue around is because I don't want anything to kind of accidentally kind of squish out the one side, which can be really annoying. Okay, so I'm lining this up, and this should be long enough that it'll come down and just cover up the paper that's underneath it. Now, if you've been watching all these videos, you know I've got my little clips right here and ready to go. Again, dollar store. And I'm going to hold this in place. Now, when it comes to putting on the legs, this is the exact same process that we've used before. So I'm just going to hold this here. Can you see where the leg is and where it ends? I'm just going to come in here, drop a line, move this over to the side, and let's find that line. There it is. And we're going to cut it off right on the line. And we got a little bit of a little burr and a hair. That's interesting. That doesn't go there. Okay. I always make sure I do this side too so I don't forget it and have something else there. Okay. Let's see if that fits. Oh, it's a little short, isn't it? Look at that. Just a teensy bit short. Oh, but it this is one of those, if it doesn't fit here and you accidentally cut it a little, or you accidentally cut a little short, always try it in another one. This one it's perfect for. So and you can see it's hard to get the glue in there. So you're going to need to kind of usher some glue all the way down this point. Okay. Can you see how I did that with the toothpick? And then I can drop this in place. Okay, and there's that little bit I don't like right there. Okay, and that's a little boogie thing. A little glue booger thing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, let's do that one more time. Put this one in. It's actually a little easier to do it on these longer legs because, ouch, okay, let go. Because you can see it a little bit better. That's one of the reasons I chose this orange, is because, number one, orange is my favorite color, but two, you can see it a little easier. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so let's do that glue one more time. Because I don't have a nozzle that's very long, I'm putting in some glue, and then I'm going to take my little glue toothpick and kind of move some things around. I think I got a little bit too much in there. And I'm going to move that. So there we go. And then I'm going to make sure there's some underneath it and drop it in. Ideally, I like to have a little bit of this glue here to make sure that it's going to stick and stay. Sorry, there's a part of me that's just like, what in the hee-haw? Okay, that's a little bit of glue. I don't want to have to look at that. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way around the edges. I'm going to unclip this so I can show you what the next step is. Again, give these a good pinch. And the very, very last step, once everything is glued together, because you can see from the example, this dries very tightly. This little bit right here that's along the edge will help keep this upright. This dries very, very nicely and has a lot more strength to it. So the last thing that we're going to do, and I had the pen and I put it away. I'm going to grab my pen and I'm going to come through here and just along the edge, because remember this portion is 3 pieces of that wood together. So now everything is kind of in this lightish tan color. Okay, come along here. Oop. I've noticed with these, if I go off of something, I have about 30 seconds. About 30 seconds to come in and wipe something off. So there's that. And I usually follow with my finger behind, knowing that I'm going to wipe a little bit of it off, but that I can always add more, because I'm basically just kind of toning down those. It looks really different here, but in real light, it doesn't look very different at all. And then with the smaller tip, I can come in here and color that little bit in. And again, this is my own particular hang up. If you don't want to do this and you're like, I'm totally okay with the white, be you. I'm just showing you how I do it, which, you know, that's what these videos are all about. How do I put these things together? What's my creative reasonings for doing things? So once that's done, you've got a chair. Strangely enough, last night I only had a few minutes before I was done for the day, and I sat down and started working on another chair for a dinette, which is more of a square back chair with some holes in it. I started putting in the line drawings into a program that I'm working with. So I'll go ahead and finish this one up myself. And this is the last video of the side chairs. So what we're going to be doing next, reaching over here, the next piece we're going to work on is this one. And I've made some changes to it. This one has a few more moving parts, including a little back piece here. And this is what we're going to work on next. You can see some of the same elements are here, where we're using something on the bottom. This is just some of the painted paper, and I've used the tops of some pearl-esque kinds of pins for the little drawer pulls. Now, within this, we're going to start with this one, which is the 4 drawers, and then we're going to go to the 2 drawer. It has a slightly different top that I think adds a lot more kind of an element to it being a piece of furniture. And then this one, which also has a slight top to it, which I'm also going to be making another version of, where there's only 1 drawer, but not these drawers in here. So the next pieces we're going to be doing are 1, 2, and 3. So I'll see you in the next video.